Hello and welcome to the Digital Gamers Network Special Edition podcast of Xbox One. Now we have today with us
Dominique / Mr. People,
Mark Warren,
Frederick Hall,
Austin Jet / DJ Snorlax.
Ken Violinist, Bronzer 101.
Let's get straight to the podcast. Now we're going to focus on 7 different topics: the styling, the controller and Kinect, the Xbox One features, its television capabilities, as well as Call of Duty Ghosts, Forza Motorsport 5, the possible price tag, and more. Now, let's get straight to the styling. I'll take Austin to go ahead first.
Well, in all honesty, I feel as though that Xbox One kind of looks like a VCR. It's all rectangular, and if you look at the back, it kind of has similar cables to a VCR. And I think it was kind of a ripoff of what the PlayStation 4 looks like, only it's square instead of more texturized and shaped.
do we have an actual design of the PlayStation 4?
Not
Or
yet.
the PlayStation.
So it's no ripoff of what the PlayStation 4 doesn't even look like.
I mean,
yet.
not the
PlayStation 2.
not the PlayStation 4,
PlayStation
but that and the new PlayStation 3 reboot. They have remodeled the PlayStation 3
The Slim.
in
Super Slim?
in preparation for
The
PlayStation 4.
Alright. What do you I'll take Devin, go ahead.
Yes, so just like what Austin said, it does look like a VCR. I feel like I can just, look at it like, oh look, I bought the Xbox One. Open the box and I'm like, wait, it's a VCR.
That's how the Asians
So-
will trick us sometimes.
Right, so then I'm gonna look at this, I'm like, I'm gonna return this to GameStop and like, sorry sir, no refunds. And I'm gonna be mad as okay.
Yeah, the reason I say that is because apparently back when the PS3 came out, the PSP, some people had basically boxed. They had either put really big cases of rock inside of the boxes.
Yeah, to trick people that it was an actual PSP.
Yeah,
From my perspective, looking at it, to me, it looks like a block of wheat, basically, but only bigger.
Game.
You mean a Wii U? It looks more like a Wii U.
Design, you got the classic Xbox side, then you got the other side that looks like a copy of the PlayStation 3. I'm sorry, I love Xbox a lot, but it looks like a big ripoff. The
Alright.
backup, so many ports and everything, internet, charger, everything.
That's a part of their special features, which we will get to.
Too much stuff, actually.
As much as I can rip on it, it looks exactly like a cable box, but it does look slick. I do like the design of it.
It's a modern touch. I mean, they did a good job on the design. Just that they took it to the cable box. They took it
on
to
a
the
scale
VCR.
of 1 to 10, it's about a mild 5 or 4.
Look,
Yeah. I mean, I would give it a 7, just because it's a nice style, it's a nice design. Just that it seems either a ripoff or just looks like something from the past.
I'm finding about
and
3
black
years
goes with
later.
everything. They basically looks like a cable box.
Basically, let's just wait for the Slim in a couple years.
3 or 4 years later.
All right, now let's get to what we've all been waiting for. And I've got some great special features on this as well. The controller and also the new Kinect. We'll go to the controller first. The Evolution, what they did was they fixed the D-pad, which many reviewers saw as a problem.
It was atrocious.
They moved the Xbox symbol up a little bit. They widened the R and L buttons, and developers can also use those R and L buttons to what the game will see fit. So you can make it more of a lighter side or more denser side as the sound gets louder or the sound gets lighter. It's also 40 new features on the controller.
Well, in all honesty, I've never played a Kinect game.
No.
Controller anyway. Back when I had my Xbox before it got red-ringed, control values were pretty nice.
Yeah.
But I mean, it doesn't look too bad. It actually, sometimes games kind of have this thing where they try to make everything look cooler. When I saw the controller for the PS4 that was announced, it was kind of stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I'm a PlayStation fan.
They
but
completely
it just-
got rid of start and select and what was it, share and options.
I mean, share is a nice
don't get
feature,
that.
but they took that. They took.
It's pretty much the same.
sounds
thing.
like-
they probably just it's just renamed.
It sounds like they're trying to like incorporate Facebook into PlayStation 3.
Sort of. Or
Social networking is getting popular, so
I mean, they're trying to move into the future, I guess.
yeah, so
Or try to
I wouldn't see why
incorporate
not.
mini stalkers.
Hold up. Is it me or does the Xbox
Mini stalkers.
One controller look like the old original Xbox controller?
The way that's what I'm gonna say. It
What?
kind of looks like
It
it.
does.
It's just,
Kinda.
it's just missing the white and black button that was right there up there.
Also, as I say to my friends in the past, a long time ago, this is just a Dreamcast controller upgrading. But not
Yes, it is.
no, the Xbox One is. I mean, why Microsoft that name? The first Xbox is the first. Why that name? They went through 159 steps down. With that
Actually,
name.
let's talk about the name actually, because that's not.
Yes.
Let's talk about the name. That's one thing that I just don't like. Xbox One. I mean, they could have
Like
named
it-
it. They could have named it 720. They had so many options. I mean, they could have just called it Xbox, but.
They could've
Xbox
called it-
One.
they could've called it the Xbox.
Xbox One. That's not a new fresh
No.
start. That's 359 steps back that we.
They
just
could
got
at
one.
least called it Xbox NG for like new generation or something.
something.
Right, they
Anything.
could
but-
have
the fan name for it was Xbox Infinity.
Yeah, I actually kind of like that name, even though it goes past like 360 or 720. It goes like
into the future.
yeah,
Like it's
this is going to be the number one Xbox or number Infinity Xbox.
I love Xbox 360 One. That would be redundant.
That would be funny.
Oh, gosh.
That would be funny. But it's kind of just weird. It's like Xbox One. When you think about the Xbox One, you kind of get confused and think about, oh, wait, they remade the first Xbox and now they're selling it as a cable box.
basically the controller's been a great upgrade. Let's get to the Kinect because there's a lot of things going on with the Kinect. The Kinect can become something of sort of spyware.
Oh,
I
by
mean, because the camera has to be connected to the internet.
skip me.
It has to be connected to the Xbox. It can read your heartbeat, and it can read your entire living room. It can read how many people are inside the room. There's a lot of features in this that make it just odd, creepy, and all right. Dominic, go ahead. Say your That's what I'm saying.
I hated that Xbox Kinect. Just to be honest, there was when it first started, there was bugs with it where someone could hack your Xbox and be watching you through the Kinect with their computer. This thing has hack all over it.
There we
They
go.
can read your heartbeat,
Thank you very much.
read
Thank
your
you very
living
much.
room, And all they need is your IP address.
Right, all they need is your IP address and they could be looking at you like, hey, what you doing?
Yeah, like
right.
Playing
Also,
Star
that's
Wars?
also it comes with a microphone. Also, it comes with a microphone.
And they can hear you.
Oh, that's like just
Voice
like saying
recording.
duct tape over camera when not in use.
Well, like I'm not too worried about it because I think like with the same thing with Sony, they're improving their technology to become more hack-proof. It's more the reason. I think it's more the reason why they're not doing backwards compatibility with anything anymore.
Yeah, after they
but-
got hacked.
But
Plus,
I mean,
there's the
look
so
at the
they did a study.
look at
Backwards
the
compatibility is backwards compatibility is used by only a few gamers now. Like a few out of the percentage, it's used by only a few gamers now. I mean,
we
you're
beat
not
the highest.
Yeah, me too.
yes, we're not really. I mean, you don't get a new console to play old games. You keep your old console to play old games. I know that you probably want to see that archivish type stuff be played in the future, but if you really want that, keep with for example, the PlayStation 3. You can play PlayStation 1. I don't get why they didn't do the PlayStation 2. That was really
Someone
Wait,
else
what?
like-
Yes.
They don't have-
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Wow.
Just
Nobody-
long story. We'll get into that.
We'll explain.
So you still want to call it Castlevania Symphony, I guess?
Offline.
You can do a whole lot of stuff, but Connect. Anything else?
Yeah,
Well,
just
like
skip me.
And
on
it was
personally-
bulky in a box.
Let's get to Mark first.
Can I?
We'll get to you in a second. Mark, go ahead.
Oh yeah, by the way, you guys get me on the controller. The Xbox controller, like I do like the design of it. I think the Xbox is my favorite. I think the Xbox 360 controller is my favorite controller. It feels the most comfortable to me. The new controller, Not much different actually. Like,
Like I said, D-pad upgrade, like
that's
triggers.
not
are
much.
kind
I barely use the D-pad to begin with. I'm an analog stick person.
of- Yeah.
But like, yeah, like I do like the idea of the new rumble features it has with each trigger.
Personally, I've never played a Kinect game ever, but I've seen gameplay of it with like JonTron. Like depending on what kind of game you play it with, like he was playing with Star Wars. Kinect controls really weren't that good. Not only that, it just made it look even more like it just made him look like a weirdo. And
Pause.
plus with the whole hacking situation, like the potential hacking, I'm kind of scared for all of the girl gamers out there.
Yup.
Right.
Gotta be scared.
Yes,
I
and
like
plus, like that's just so creepy. Like now, all the boys are going to know which girl plays video games, and they can't keep it a secret anymore.
Yup.
I mean, I know that's kind of like just a dumb, thing to point out.
Activation, that sort of thing.
Yeah, like a dumb thing to point out, but it is kind of like weird because you're looking at other people play. What if somebody was all like barely clothed and they wanted to get their workout on, or
Yeah, that could be a big
I mean, do you really?
problem.
I mean, here's the thing: with the new Kinect, when you buy a new Xbox, you have to ask yourself, do you really want someone spying on you? And look at the Xbox One. You have to, once you get the Xbox One, if anyone's going to buy the Xbox One, read the user agreement because they will probably say in there that so they won't get sued. That the Kinect does this, and this, and that we're not solely this, and we're not solely this. That's a Connect and Connect. Don't read that through. Make sure that you accept all of that stuff because the Kinect will play a big role in the Xbox One.
Basically, make people, if you're gonna buy the system, read the manual thoroughly, fully and completely. Because if you don't,
said no one ever.
yeah, but
Yeah, this is like probably the first time in a while that you'll want to.
You're really gonna want to read that manual.
because if you don't, and you find yourself being hacked for some reason, you have no recourse.
The only
If you're
time,
if you're gonna
Get to your warranty.
the only time I ever read the manual for a game or a system was on Christmas Day, when I wasn't allowed to play the game because my relatives were over,
You were so excited.
and I was
that
so
you-
excited
that
about
you-
the new game that I got that I had to just flip through the pages of like NHL 07
Yeah.
or probably NHL 01 or whatever.
Yeah.
Just read the manual.
You have those
that
days.
comment
Yeah,
was
like-
Mr. Gavin.
The main thing that I look at manuals for in games is just like sometimes if you look on the back, like on the old PS2 games, they'll show new games coming out. Like, did you like this game?
Oh yeah.
You're gonna
yeah.
like this one better. And that's something that I really like about reading manuals. How important.
I'm not too worried about the whole stocking thing because I think Microsoft knows those possibilities and gonna find ways to prevent it. It's more like if you're gonna question your system enough to like read the manual all the way through before you do anything, why would you buy it in the first place? If anybody gets hacked once, and word's gonna get out, and nobody's gonna buy the Xbox One, and they're not gonna sell their product. So
And Bill
I'm not.
Gates is gonna be a poor little man.
Bill Gates is gone from Microsoft.
I think
He left.
I think
the
Son
retired.
Scott.
Oh.
Yes.
He's the richest man in the world currently. He beat that Mexican guy.
Oh, yeah.
Slim. because
Oh,
of-
this is Mr.
because of
Gavin,
his
by the way.
Microsoft stock.
Yeah, I already said that.
if Microsoft if the Xbox One doesn't sell well, I don't think Microsoft will go down, but like they will go down in terms of the gaming industry.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Major.
Now I'm
And
gonna.
when you just get a
No,
PlayStation.
we're gonna go to the Xbox One features.
Let's say one more thing about the Kinect before we move on. I played a Kinect game in the past.
Yeah.
It was a bowling game. And I have to compare it to Wii Sports. It's not as accurate. Trust me, I have a very. It looks like I have a weird setup when I roll. And unfortunately, the Wii picks it up perfectly.
Yeah,
to
it
a T.
does.
The Xbox 360 Kinect
It's
it's more missed than hit.
Now, one of the main things they talked about was TV and Xbox. The inputs easily switching. So switching inputs through TV and Xbox games itself will be simplified. You can grab and pan with the Kinect. Using the Kinect camera, you'll be able to grab and pan to play your game at the same time while doing something else. Maybe not watching a movie, but well, yeah, you can watch a movie at the same time. You can Skype on Xbox One, but I have a computer for that.
Yep.
And I mean,
also,
that.
I have a PSP for that.
And I just tried
it can be used. Also, there's a snap mode I just talked about where you can basically put a game on one side, or you're watching a movie, and you can like talk with someone on Skype next to that. That's snap mode. Also, Xbox One guide. That's a new TV guide. Basically, they took TV guide, made it especially for Xbox. Xbox trending talks about what all people like on what Xbox users like to watch on their Xbox One for TV.
I want to know that.
Xbox, and then you have the Xbox One architecture. So you have 5 billion transistors inside the Xbox One. It's a modern and powerful box that delivers now and into the future. And here's something interesting. There's 3 operating systems in one. There's the Xbox operating system, the Windows, and then something in between that somehow like puts them together. That's how they do the snap tool and all that stuff.
Microsoft Paint.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
They did a new Xbox Live. It's based on the same membership. The content is stored on the cloud. Each game gets a dedicated server. You can also search the perfect rival in the game, or search for your perfect rival in the game. That offers bigger matches and more players. Also, it offers the Blu-ray player, PlayStation 3.
PlayStation 3. Automatic.
And it has a 500 gigabyte hard drive.
Wait, why'd you say PlayStation 3? Why'd you say PlayStation 3 right after the Blu-ray player?
PlayStation 3 already offers a PlayStation. It's been offering it since the beginning.
Well, yeah, of course they're gonna have to add a Blu-ray player. Now they have to upgrade their hardware.
Yeah, I mean, they could have done it this way.
I mean, I think a big problem that I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have is the no backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
They put all of this hard work into the Xbox One to have it. Oh, you can watch TV on it and all this other unnecessary BS.
Most of the
not necessarily unnecessary, but like it's just too over the top.
with the Xbox One, 3/4 of the box itself. I don't want all the features of TV and stuff. I have a TV. I have a remote. I guess they forgot that. I guess they forgot that I have something called Comcast. I guess they forgot that I have a remote in my hand.
Less fun to do.
I guess that they forgot about that.
Yeah, like most people that have Wi-Fi probably already have the Xfinity triple play or whatever system.
On Verizon.
Yeah, Fios or DirecTV.
Or Dish.
So what was the point of having TV compatibility Wi-Fi required?
I mean,
they're
definitely
Xboxes
for all that they
Wi-Fi.
might as well just get rid of Netflix or something. I bet they probably thinking
They
about
already
that.
have Netflix on. They're in a joint partnership with Netflix, just like PlayStation is, like where they offer
Just like
Netflix on
Nintendo
the.
is as well.
Yeah.
Yep. What they have is they have an HDMI in, so you can plug your cable.
TV in.
Cable. Yeah, you can plug in your PlayStation 4 and the Xbox.
And they don't have an AV. They don't have a composite cable anymore. They might have it. They don't really have a composite cable anymore. So it seems like you're gonna have to use a new TV for this if you're gonna play it.
No, I think they're gonna find a way to.
They're definitely going to, because it might become a problem. But yeah, there's a lot of features here. Internet is required. Smart Glass is their cross-platform play ability, where you can take your Windows tablet, if you've ever done the Windows Surface crap.
Oh no.
Windows tablet, where you can. Oh yeah, gosh, yeah.
They already mentioned that feature last E3 press conference for the
Yeah.
Xbox 360.
Yeah, they're just taking that forward with the one.
Like one thing I feel as though that games are starting to do is they're trying to like force you to get Wi-Fi to play the game. There are games where you can't play you literally can't do multiplayer without Wi-Fi. Like sometimes I want to play Call of Duty with my sister or something, Or like I remember back in Saints Row the Third, which is a big one, or the other Saints Row games, you couldn't like just have 2-player and go around and kill people with your best bud. Yeah, don't have split screen anymore. That's not a thing, and that scares me about the next topic we're going to do.
Yeah.
So it's gonna mostly run on internet.
So lots of the they said that the Kinect needs to be on for 24 hours. They said that they don't need internet, but that internet will play a key feature in it. So I mean, if you want to say Xbox play watch this. I mean, if you don't
Play Skrillex.
if you don't have like a Spotify hookup on there, or if you don't have like a certain thing hooked up on there, I mean, you guys know what Xbox Live is. I mean, it's right there in your face. It's like, oh, if you don't have an Xbox Live account, then you're not really in Xbox at all. You can play your games, and you're not really a part of the complete Xbox thing.
That thing is not gonna sell well outside of North America. Like, I think like other countries like Canada or like
Or Europe for that matter.
yeah, like that don't really have that great internet connection. Like yet. The Xbox One won't sell well there because the system's gonna run mostly on internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wi-Fi is like a big unnecessary requirement to consoles these days. That when you can play the SNES, like, oh, I can just play for points and have fun. Now, bam, you need Wi-Fi just to make Mario grab that mushroom.
Us?
Well, basically, you need Wi-Fi just for Sonic to run through a loop.
We haven't really talked about the power that it has in it. And if you look at it, it's slower than the PlayStation 4 itself. Even though they held back the press conference a month and a half, they still didn't manage to make it any faster than the PlayStation 4, which was showed off in February. They didn't show off the cons, but they showed off a lot of the specs. It's slower than the PS4. I mean, you're not going to see that in the games, but you might see it in the loading times, a lot of things like that.
Loading times is a killer.
All right, now.
I'll
Which
get back to you later on that.
brings us to our next topic of the wonderful podcast television.
Woohoo!
Now, like I said before,
We already discussed this.
we basically we did talk about this.
Oh yeah, I remember what I was about to say.
Basically.
They're still gonna run the whole you need to pay gold membership for Xbox for the Xbox Live thing. So most programs you need that's gonna run on its internet, like they won't run because you don't have an Xbox Live gold membership subscription.
So just to get the Xbox, I think after paying $600 just to probably get the thing, then I will have to buy a yearly or monthly fees on this thing.
Also, getting back to this and still going features. Getting back to you guys and what you said about the Kinect earlier, how it's unresponsive. As they said before, this is a new Kinect and they are improving it. It's the fact that the
Kinect picks up on what the old Kinect failed on.
yeah, but like I'd rather use controller. That's the thing Microsoft's main focusing on, and they haven't been focusing on much else except for like Halo, and that's their only exclusive that's their only exclusive they're working on. That doesn't really have anything to do with Kinect.
Yeah, well, about 3/4 into the conference itself, they got Steven Spielberg in talk about a Halo television series. I thought they were going to start bringing out, a new Halo game. No, that's usually what they do.
Yeah, well, speaking more of the Kinect, it's a peripheral that they keep rubbing in that's gotten old. Sony has stopped rubbing in the PlayStation Move.
Yes.
And Nintendo.
That's because their sales did terrible. Well, I mean, the Kinect sales did terrible, yet they're still going on. The Kinect sales did terrible, but they're advertising it as much as they can. The Move did terrible on sales, but they're not really advertising.
Yeah, like back when
the Wii's doing the Wii did really good. They're not really advertising.
Yeah, but even Nintendo's not dealing with their motion controls much. Like they do have some games, but like most of their first party games don't really use motion control that much. Like for instance, the Mario Galaxy games, you use the nunchuck and the Wiimote. Sometimes you do use a shake it, but that's it. Sometimes there's certain parts where you have to tilt, but there's like certain mini games or certain levels, but like it's not what you mainly do. And like there's a lot of other side scrolls like Donkey Kong Country Returns, Wario Land, Kirby's Return to
Super Smash
Dreamland.
Brothers,
Yeah, Super Smash Brothers.
Big one.
They
basically.
barely use motion controls, and like
And,
and like
and that game was a good game, in fact.
yeah, and like the Kinect is getting tired, and Microsoft needs to stop focusing on the Kinect and like get back to games where I can play on a controller.
All right, so we're gonna move from television straight to get to the exclusives they talked about: Forza Motorsport 5 and Call of Duty Ghosts. They also did Quantum Break or whatever, but all they showed was a little trailer that looked like a TV show.
The heck is Quantum Break?
That's what I'm saying.
a new IP.
Call of Duty. Oh, they also said that there's gonna be 15 new. There are gonna be 15 console exclusives. 8 of them will be new, and they'll show those off at E3. I don't know if they'll actually show them off, or if we're gonna see another trailer thing. At PlayStation, they actually showed walkthroughs. Here, what are they doing? They're not really. They're not walkthroughs. They're just trailers.
Trailers.
I mean, you can for Forza Motorsport 5. I saw it. You can do a lot of stuff with your trailers. I mean, you can make a car look amazing with your trailers, but you don't show the gameplay itself. I mean, it could look suckish.
With the whole Call of Duty Ghost thing.
The dogs.
Well, not necessarily about the dogs, but I'm not really excited for it. Like, why the flux capacitor did they decide to announce a game that's eventually going to be on the other system, their rival system, PS3?
They're gonna have exclusive content for about a month ahead of PlayStation. That's
Yeah.
about it. That's why.
Oh yeah, that's understandable. But like,
Always.
how come they didn't just pay more attention on the other games that they?
That's the
They
entire
don't
thing.
have them ready yet.
They-
They announced
They announced the specs at a very, very short.
Oh no!
Like in all
but I'm-
honesty, like going back to the whole what's the word?
Backwards
No,
compatibility.
backwards.
Yeah, backwards compatibility. I'll tell you right now that I'm still on Black Ops 1. I haven't gotten Black Ops 2 yet. So if I were to get the Xbox One, like I can't, like the people that have the other Call of Duty games, they're not going to be able to play Black Ops 2. They're not going to be able to play Modern Warfare 3.
Hope you like
So,
Fox. I mean, it's the same for the PlayStation 4.
and like, have they given out any kind of plot line for what
So
Ghost
here's
is going to be
what's
about?
gonna not really. It's probably gonna be another storyline about something and something else.
Mason
but-
doing his thing.
But I mean, if you really, but backwards compatibility, if you want games, they're gonna be in the cloud sort of thing. So you buy it from Xbox Live or you buy it from the PlayStation Store. That's how you buy the games. Just like they have PS1 exclusive, they have PS1 exclusives, PS3 on the PlayStation Store. PS2 exclusives are on the PS Store. You can buy them, play them there. That basically solves the problem. Not really, but it
Just
solves
watch
the
out for your
problem.
space.
Yeah, watch out for your gigabytes, your storage space. 500 gigs isn't a lot, especially when you add in since it's a Blu-ray drive, you're putting all the stuff from your old Xbox 360 into the.
some more naked.
Except for your other games.
Yeah, I mean, but then you're gonna buy it. You might say that you really miss them, so you might buy it online, and that will go into where your storage, and it'll just load up quickly. I think that they should at least have had a terabyte. But they should at least have a terabyte by now.
Yeah, about like 2-3 terabytes on there.
That would be costing too much. I mean, like
Are
just
you
one
sure?
just 1 terabyte.
Fine, I
would be
guess
fine.
one.
I mean, that's because the 1 terabyte is about $200, $100, $200.
Well,
You do 2-3 terabytes, that's over. That's gonna be expensive.
They're gonna have the option to have external hard drives and more hard drives to sell. So like, I guess if you need more memory, you're gonna have to go out and buy those. Cause not everything's gonna have infinite memory. But yeah, the backwards compatibility thing. If we're gonna have to come to a time where like systems have no backwards compatibility, I can deal with that. But like the thing is, when your system comes out, you better have some games for me to play on it.
Yeah.
If you don't have,
They learned the story from the Wii U.
Hmm?
They learned the story from what happened to the Wii U. I mean, the Wii is that backwards compatible? I mean,
it is. It's backwards compatible.
but
with
they
games.
just didn't have any good exclusives yet, and that did not
Yeah,
like that did not.
It's coming up though.
They'll probably show us a lot of stuff at E3. That'll give them some good footing.
In all honesty, they should have just waited until E3 instead of just giving out.
What Xbox event?
No.
I think they should. I think.
Actually, I disagree with that. The reason like they put out the conference before E3 is like mainly to get like a general reaction. They can know what the crowd
got
wants.
a general reaction.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. But like the crowd and they know what the crowd wants to see. So like this E3, they're probably gonna like after all this hatred, they're probably gonna cover themselves up a lot and try to focus more on
Lots of games.
Yeah. Yes.
They're going to do as much as possible. They're going to get third party in there. It doesn't matter. They're going to do as much as possible. They're probably going to have lots of Watch Dogs things.
Well, that's what we think.
lots
We
of
don't
stuff.
know.
I mean, it's just a lot of things.
Microsoft is digging themselves into a hole, making it deeper.
Yes, they are. Now let's
I'll
get to.
I'll put it this way. For those of you not to know, remember there in the mid 1990s when Sega announced the Sega Saturn.
Sega.
Yeah.
Oh God, Sega E3 press conference in 1995. That was That was.
I don't remember
That was
that.
mine.
Let me put it this way.
I wasn't
That made my brain hurt.
And let me put it this way. In the words of Sega, we have a new system. This is the specs. It's look nice, but here's the problem. It's already out already.
It's out now.
Yeah, they said it's.
It was not born.
Honestly, think the
It
Sega
gave
should come up with their own.
no traction. They like. So if you ever rode a bike, I mean, you don't go from
Explain
You don't go from
You don't
Genesis.
go from top gear to bottom gear because that'll just make you will lose control. Don't start out too fast. You don't want to just say bam right now. Give it some time. Yeah, like you said. Now we have to get to our next topic.
Next topic, good.
Possible, and this is going to be important because this will play a big role. Possible price. Now I'm thinking that it's going to be anywhere between $500 and $600. They saw what happened when PlayStation 3 came out with a $600 price tag. No one bought it. I mean, some people bought it, but it was very rare that
I
people bought
waited
it.
I waited 3 years later.
Yeah, you wait. People wait.
3.5 years later.
People wait until the price drops, and
Like the base.
that's when
Wait till
you buy
Christmas.
it. I mean, yeah. I mean,
That's
it was
Christmas
just it was
sales too.
expect. I mean, yeah. Any say on that? What's your price?
I'll put it this way. Look, I wouldn't buy a console for full price anyways. But if for some reason I would, and if I had a choice between the Xbox One, a Wii U, or
The PlayStation 4.
or the PS4, looking at it money wise, I'd pick up a Wii U. Simply because it's cheap.
Yeah, because Wii U's already
that's-
out. It's already going to lower their prices
Isn't
when
it?
Xbox One comes out itself.
Gonna make themselves look nice and pretty. I hope they add some other stuff. But anyway, price tag. I'm just gonna go around you guys and say price tag.
Yeah, I'm
Kevin,
gonna give
just-
them
I'm
a-
just- I just need a number range, and then like you guys will go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him like a possible number range, like like around 375 something. They probably gonna sell it higher than that, but I'm just want make it sweet for them to say 375.
What's the peak price?
Oh,
Possible
the peak, the possible peak is around like I don't know 520, yeah.
All right.
700 to 800.
All right.
Wow.
I'm gonna say like around 400 because they cannot possibly make it costly expensive because first of all so far the new console is not seeing much. It doesn't seem to be much interesting, and it doesn't seem to do much different from the Xbox 360. So
What price?
I agree with you, Brian.
300 to 400.
600 to 700.
No,
Yes.
I said different. I said 500 to 600.
Oh, 500 to
400,
600. But either way, with all the extra stuff that they may sell with it, like, who knows, they may be cheap this time. Instead of giving us a 500 gigabyte hard drive, they may give us a 4 gigabyte hard drive. And say, get a 500 gigabyte hard drive for $50 more.
Probably.
Probably.
I don't think
Xbox and Microsoft is cheap like that, especially at
Alright.
GameStop.
All right, now I need to say on why you chose those. You didn't get it. Yeah, go ahead.
An arm and a leg, basically.
Your possible price. Go ahead.
Arm
What's
and a
what's your
leg.
price?
Save your allowance.
And the brain that's going to go with the constant play of it.
My low points, my lowest price range. I'm gonna say it's got to be somewhere between $590 and
Top price.
no, that's a low price. The top price is $950.
Wow.
Yeah, they come out and say, okay, 500 gig hard drive edition, priced around $500.
Yes,
Then
yes,
they say,
that's
then
another
they
thing.
say 1 terabyte edition, maybe $700. And they say 2 terabyte edition, like over $1,000. Then that's when that's
Yeah, they should at least have different
That's when you
modes,
walk out
like
the store.
No.
that's
like
what
the PS3 did
that's
when
when
they
you
had
get
different
graphics.
gigabyte methods.
Yup. Nope. God. No.
Like they should do what the PS3 did when they had like, or like the iPhone where they have different phones that have different amount of gigs.
yeah.
Well, like if their console is like the most expensive, it's gonna make the whole other. It's gonna make the
The PlayStation 4 and other consoles just
PlayStation 4 and Wii U
Looks so much more
better.
better because I think right after that their little press conference, the sales for the Nintendo's and Sony stocks went up.
They just
They went up.
they actually
It was pretty much FU Microsoft.
I mean, yeah.
So
Don't
Microsoft.
hold a gaming console. Don't hold a gaming console conference and talk about DirecTV.
Right.
Microsoft, in essence, Microsoft, do not give your competition more fuel, because you're only hurting yourselves in the end.
Yeah, you are.
All right. Now, there's a couple things that I added here. I'm gonna go to another topic, which is the used game patent. Most of you guys don't know about the used game patent. What the used game patent says, what Microsoft is doing is, if you buy an Xbox One and you buy an Xbox One disc, so if you say you get Forza Motorsport 5 or whatever, buy that game, it bonds with your Xbox One. It'll bond with your console, and just like a PC, you bought that one disc, it's there. It's there. It's only for that one console. So maybe your friend goes along and says, "Hey, I want to buy one. Can I borrow that? Not buy it, but can I borrow it?" No, your friend can't borrow it because it's already on that one console. You can't go and put it into another.
Not fair!
You can't go and put it into another console. Or if you did, you have to have a fee. That fee is somewhere around $50. Basically, you're paying for a completely new game. Your friend basically
Well, that's what it's
will
for
buy it
so
for
far.
You're paying simply for freaking game trading.
Or
That's
Bring your
that's
Xbox with you.
or think about this. Maybe you want to have a yard.
that's more risk of getting it stolen. Henceforth, making more people want to steal your Xbox and making more people want
Maybe.
to buy a new one, which is basically giving them more money
Let's
for nothing.
let's put an example here. Like little Timmy wants to have a yard sale and he wants to sell one of his games because he didn't like the Xbox One game. He can't sell it because it's bonded to that one console. He can't say, "Oh well, I'll just give it to someone else." No,
How old is
it
little
is
Timmy?
bonded to 10 or 12. He can't have a yard sale and give the disc to someone else because it's bonded.
So Timmy can call up Cosmo and Wanda and wish for a better gaming console.
Come on, So the used game thing that'll definitely keep people on the current gen consoles. I mean, I love backwards compatibility. I love get used games from GameStop because I frankly can't buy new games. I can't
They said-
buy $60 games. No, I'm gonna go get a used game. I love new
That's like
games.
30
Well, actually, okay.
bucks.
I mean, see, so I know that the game companies, the game developers don't get money from used games. They don't get profit off of GameStop GameStop selling the used game that they developed. They don't. That's why they want to get rid. That's
I
why
wish
they want
they
to get
could
rid of
still
that.
trade in used games for mobile systems.
Microsoft did say they did make some kind of deal where we don't know how they're gonna do it, but like you are gonna be able to they are gonna be able to like resell their games from GameStop as used games. We don't know how they're gonna do that yet. But
Here's how they do it.
You have to pay
Used
just
game.
to trade it back in.
And so each GameStop is going to have a device. They're going to need to have a device that will wipe off the memory of that one disc. That one disc will be able to be put back up on the shelf as a used game. Now, the cost of that device that will erase all the memory off of the disc will probably be enormous. Then you're talking about the patent thing and all that stuff. putting the used game back up, basically back at $60 or $50. Because they need to make a profit. PlayStation 4 is in the green light.
Also, think in terms of rentals.
Seriously, if PlayStation 4 doesn't do this used game pack, same thing. PlayStation 4 is in the green light. I mean, if they don't do, okay, no used games. If they don't do that, PlayStation 4 has got the up and up.
Yeah, well, think in terms of rentals as well. Rentals are pretty much you have a used game for a night and then bring it back.
Yeah.
So I guess like rental companies are going to go against the Xbox One. They do this sort of thing.
I would kind of agree with that, Mark. I mean, put it this way: rental companies, rental stores are there. That's their main sell. And they can't sell their product because the company that wants that so-called patented thing wants this to be at a high price and keep it new. What rental company wants to basically promote that?
I just realized something.
What?
GameFly isn't compatible with PS4.
As in, you mean Xbox One?
I mean, yeah, Xbox One. God dang it, that's stupid.
I
name.
forgot about GameFly.
Yeah, I
Wow.
wanted to actually start
Wow.
using GameFly because I can't afford to get certain games. But if I were to get the Xbox One, which I probably won't, I couldn't use GameFly because GameFly says you can trade those games back in.
This is going to economically hurt a lot of sales. And like I said, PlayStation 4, if they don't do the used game thing, if PlayStation 4 offers used games, you know where the sales are going to go. You already
It's gonna
know
go
where
straight to Sony,
people are, yeah,
and Sony's gonna have
Or
big,
Nintendo.
rich pockets.
yes. Anything else, guys?
No, we're actually
No, you
pretty
keep
good.
finding more
So
stuff somehow.
I'll put it this way: Microsoft shot yourself in the foot, and while you were at it, you took that gun, you took that same weapon and shot the other five digits off the other foot as well. Congratulations.
Dang, let's go.
I can't wait till June. I can't wait till June 11th.
I can't
The whole
wait
audience
until
is gonna be carrying like pitchforks
I
and like
can't wait
and
until
torches.
I can't wait until June 10th.
I can't wait to join
I
the mob.
just want. I
June 11th. June 11th.
So,
I'm going to be I'm going to be with you guys at E3 with pitchforks and knives, ready to attack Microsoft.
oh yeah.
But then,
Worldwide
I'm gonna
riot.
put those pitchforks and stuff down. I'm gonna go to Sony. I'm gonna be like, thank you.
Thank
you.
And everybody
And,
give
and
hand
I
claps for
bring-
Sony.
And look,
Sony.
Look, Sony. Look,
I
Sony-
think Nintendo will win. To be honest,
So-
Smash. You got a whole lot of people. You got a whole lot of fans in that.
you
Smash.
have a lot of fans, but you guys are still $429 until you guys do a price drop, or until the Xbox.
We
One-
don't know what the PlayStation 4 is.
I know. Once they come out,
Could be
you guys
more
wait.
expensive for the technology it has.
So keep
Yeah.
your Xbox, and hopefully they put Xbox Live on Xbox 360. Let's
Or they
bring
keep
to
it on
that.
there.
Yes, yeah, keep it on there.
All right. So,
All right,
Let's
so
bring
this,
to that one.
so this has been another
One more
great.
thing. One more thing before we end. So Sony, all you have to do at this E3 is
No
just
use games.
basically don't screw it up. Don't screw it up.
yeah, don't screw it up.
You baby.
Microsoft is pretty much not what to do.
Microsoft pretty much gave you this win.
Take it.
Take it.
Take it,
And Nintendo's gonna win by not doing anything.
take it. It's like
Nintendo's gonna
it's
win
that
through their
one girl
IPs.
Virginia that's
Nintendo's-
always won.
Exactly.
Nintendo's going to win completely. I mean,
Exactly.
not win. It's gonna be PlayStation and Nintendo. I think that's what.
Like, I'm not saying that Nintendo
I think for the first straight year and a half, it's gonna be Nintendo, PlayStation fighting it out. Even though Nintendo doesn't offer as much of
In all honesty,
technological
I'm not
punch,
saying-
it's still gonna be good
It's
because
not
they're
really needed.
IPs.
I'm not saying that Nintendo will always win. I'm just saying Nintendo will always be okay with everyone because Nintendo is that one. Nintendo is that one like company that everybody, like a lot of people grew up with.
Yes.
So no one's going to hate Nintendo at all ever.
And Sega too.
But Sega doesn't
Sega
have their
isn't
own
Sega
systems
anymore, though.
anymore.
They're third party. Sega doesn't count. Sega doesn't count for third party, dude.
Sega down.
Go take your Dreamcast and get out.
No.
I'm joking. Dreamcast is actually good.
Let's wrap this thing up.
All right.
Final thought that so far they better make themselves up during that E3 conference.
They've got to really.
They're not selling that thing to me. They're not selling.
They've got to pick up a lot of trash. They threw like all this trash on the ground. They got caught, and now they're the ones that have to clean up their own trash.
As Coldplay once said, I will try to fix you.
That new rare
Really?
that new rare IP they're bringing back better be something good. But
They better have some good IPs.
yeah.
All right. All right. Thanks again for watching this great podcast on the Xbox One event.
Clap your hands, stomp your
It,
feet,
and
make some noise.
it's
Yeah.
been
Kevin Violinist.
DJ Snorlax.
Mark Warren.
Practical.
Dominique!
Brian Swan.
Am I right? This was-
And Mr. Gavin has been filling it.
Throw in some comments every once in a while.
Yep. This has been the
Eavesdropping.
Tech Gaming Podcast. You guys
Peace out.
have a nice day.